Michigan's #1 news station. News Radio 950 WWJ.
Good afternoon. I'm Tracy McCaskill. Our top story at 1:03. Sexual assault survivors speaking out on Michigan's Capitol Hill to call on lawmakers to extend the statute of limitations. WWJ's John Hewitt joins us live from Lansing. John?
Tracy, wearing small teal ribbons, a symbol of support for survivors of sexual assault. Some 30 to 40 survivors addressed reporters before walking into the House chambers, actually up in the gallery, to try and talk to lawmakers. They want to urge passage of a series of Senate bills, 6 in all, that would do a number of things. Called revolutionary by some, it would extend the statute of limitations for survivors to 10 years after a sexual abuse claim occurs. It would eliminate governmental immunity for entities like schools and universities if prior knowledge of assaults existed. And it would also cap damages at $1.5 million per incident. Several of the faces familiar, including Tad DeLuca, a former wrestler from the University of Michigan who first blew the whistle on Dr. Robert Anderson way back in 1975.
People who have spent a lifetime working to come forward would no longer be silenced by the law. They could do so under the reforms if these are passed. It is time. If our government and judicial system was created for any particular purpose, then ensuring that citizens can achieve justice and be protected from predators, that should be at the top of the list.
The question is, in this lame duck session, will it get addressed? The House, as scheduled at the moment, is in yet today, this afternoon, and tomorrow. As far as the survivors here within the Capitol talking to lawmakers, about 30 to 40 of them gathered, also spoke with the media. They want passage of a series of bills that passed the Senate last week that would, among other things, extend the statute of limitations for survivors up to 10 years after a claim occurs to file and take action. It would cap damages for any incident at $1.5 million. And lastly, eliminate governmental immunity for entities like schools and universities. To that end, listen to Grace French, who was among the hundreds of survivors abused by Larry Nassar here in the greater East Lansing, Michigan State community, when she talked about the first incidents that were reported against him.
The first report of abuse to an institution was when I was 2 years old, which was 10 years before I even saw Larry. And so to think that I could have been saved if institutions had literally just listened to the people that were telling them is heartbreaking to me. And following that, there were multiple times where his abuse was reported, including to the FBI and the USA Gymnastics.
And to that end, Grace is among 13 survivors who are suing the FBI for its failure to properly investigate allegations against Larry Nassar. Lastly, Tracy, as far as whether this will be dealt with, Democrats remain confident they can get enough people here. Republican House members again left last week. How and when that happens, to be seen. Reporting live, John Hewitt, WWJ News Radio 950.